All right, we are back late night, not on a Monday. Different day, different time. 2 out of 3 dudes. I mean, Mateo's usually just the background, but it doesn't matter. Anyways,
Dudes, no cup.
Tell you what, the fucking titles. Oh, it's not in there. Fuck.
Oh, because I know which one it is, but you're right. That's my fault because I always forget which one gets listed there because you have to make a different one for Facebook, for YouTube, and for Twitter.
Is it 88?
It's 188.
Yeah. I just went back in time 100 weeks plus. Anyway, all right, Judd'z Budz, episode 188. Actually, that's very fitting. Wayne Gretzky plus Freddy Gaudreau. As always, your host, Spokesy.
That's not my go-to 89.
I know it's not, but we did just happen, so so it works for now. Hoppy, how we doing?
Doing all right, but I'd rather talk about Sam Gagner than Freddy Gaudreau. He's my 89.
One of the most fascinating hockey players ever.
I got another weird 89 poll. I'm going to ask you if you remember, but of course you do. But do you remember Bodker?
Yeah, Mikhail Bodker. Yeah,
that was like a weird guy that like early on in Arizona, I'm like, I think I fucking like this guy.
Yeah. I don't remember how it came to be, but like at my first apartment in Boston, me and one of my roommates would just like do the creative franchise in NHL.
Yeah.
And I think one time we did like an expansion. Well, I think you always do an expansion, I guess. I think. But I forget. I think we got bored at the end of the draft and somehow like we just like auto drafted Mikhail Bodker and he became a stud. We were the Massachusetts Death because we thought it was fun. We're like, we're the Death. We're just gonna kill people. We're like, all right, cool. That's good. That's what we're gonna be. We're based on a Fall River, Mass. It's like we tried to name our arena the shithole, but that didn't let us do that. But we like simmed 2 games, and Bodker had a hat trick in both. And we were like, well, I guess we're gonna give him $10 million a year now. And he was just ripping like 35 tucks out of nowhere.
He to me was the guy that like it. There was a couple of years in a row where like he'd come up as a potential like trade target across the league, and in a matter of 10 minutes, I could aggressively talk anyone in or out of that being a good idea. Like I could not make my mind up about him. But if you caught me on the right day, I was obsessed. Yeah.
You know, it's funny too. I just wanted to like look up other 89s. One of the first articles, this is back from 2023. So somehow this is one of the first results. Danish player Mikhail Bodker wore 89 his entire 709 NHL game career.
Danish?
Apparently.
Would not have guessed that.
Me either. And you know, another somewhat fitting one over the past month, McGillney would have been a good one as well. But I mean, the 89, having just played Freddy Gaudreau, felt right. And having just interviewed him.
Sam Gagner just has, like, he's basically Patrick Kane if you only go from, like, the wrist out.
Yeah.
Like, same hands. It's insane. Mm-hmm. And think those guys played together on a junior team. Sick.
Yeah. I mean, it's just gross. I was also, one of the days we didn't do this, me and Mateo ended up just, like, jumping on here and, like, talking for a while anyways about just, like, random shit. And I just started pulling up old Shattuck, not old, like, from a couple years ago, old Shattuck St. Mary's teams. And it was, like, Iserman, Celebrity. Like, it was... They had like 4 guys with over like 130 points with their like U14s. It's just like, this is dude, let this happen. Like, this is bullshit. Like, they beat every team like 17-0. It's like, this isn't even fun. Kick them out of the league. Kick them off the tour, Doug. But it was also just very funny going through the stats. And I somehow had to bring up Cole Iserman and Shattuck St. Mary's numbers somehow for the first time in like a year or two.
Yeah.
Couple months probably. But anyways, we're here now. Not yesterday, but somewhat of a briefer. I shouldn't have said it. I should not have said that it was probably going to be a briefer episode. But in theory, it should be. But I mean, it's us, so
Never is, but that's okay. We set goals. We can miss them.
we routinely miss them.
We got pretty much everything except not as much on the prospect front, I would say, except for the World Junior talk. But we got a road trip to cover. Z specifically wanted to push to tonight so we could thoroughly include the Seattle game. And we got to talk World Juniors. Z claims we're not going to talk about the Olympics, but he's wrong. And yeah, I'm sure we'll get a couple random comments that'll throw us in other directions as well. But let's start because Mateo was very proud of himself for this graphic. Let's just take the NHL to Olympic tie right off the bat, Z. Size does matter.
Yep. And that's well done, Mateo. And well done. He's very fired up about it. So we got to give him his flowers. Everyone needs to give Mateo his flowers for his graphic design skills, specifically when he just crosses out one of the numbers on the 2020 X right side.
You know what? He understands the assignment.
Yeah. If he ever changes it, well, he's fired. So, everyone just give Mateo his flowers for his graphic design skills. What are the exact measurements? Obviously, I think originally they all agreed that it was going to be an NHL size rink, and then there was another change, and now there's another change. So I think it's a total of 6 feet shorter.
Every change, they take a foot off.
Yeah. So 3. What are the exact specifications? And as you just mentioned, I was I couldn't get myself as fired up as I wanted to about the Olympic shit. And they're like, no, I'll make you care for 10 minutes. So I was all right, you know what? I was like, you know what? I am going to read up on it again.
Right away. I'll make you care right away. While I pull up the exact dimensions of the rink, tell me you saw the John Hamm commercial.
Oh, yeah. The one in the locker room?
No, the other John Hamm commercial.
I don't know if they did another one. I don't know. Whatever. He's I thought we liked Canada. It's what do they do? I think it was Brady Kachuk's stuff. But it was a nice little commercial. Thank God they shot it before McAvoy took a puck to the face and broke his entire face.
Would have been a lot funnier, actually.
Side note, he lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks because he can't eat solid food. That's nuts. But this, as always, right as we lead up, right before the Olympics, it turns into somewhat of a shit show, depending on which players or coaches you ask. Mike Sullivan's all fired up about it because he wants NHL rinks to go Olympic size or at least bigger than what they are now.
But did you hear the whole conversation?
No.
He gets asked by Molly about what he thinks about the updated ring size. Oh gosh, I hope they don't do that. She's like, you hope they don't do that. I hate to break the news to you, but they've decided they're doing that. He's like, well, I just really hope they don't go that direction. It's wait, Mike, no, it's you can't hope that it's happening. Stop.
You have to wonder if Molly at that point's looking at all the other reporters am I not? Am I? You guys hear this?
That turned into a 5-minute conversation with Merrick. So
yeah. Well, actually, you know what? And that's perfect because I just wanted to bring up some of my favorite quotes from everyone, but specifically Russo, Joe, and Peter Baugh did an article about it. And I got to tell you, whoever came up with this opener, first line, forget needing good 200-foot players to win. At the 2026 Olympics, coaches will be looking for their country's best 196.85-foot hockey players.
That's exactly what the dimension is. Yeah, 3 feet shorter.
I was like, that's excellent. I like that opener. That got me hooked.
Yeah.
And it was funny too, because it sounds like some of the players were well aware that this was happening, they were making the change. Others had no idea. Nico Sturm is absolutely perplexed. But guys like Nathan Piquet are yeah, we knew this was going to happen. And then other guys were finding out as reporters were asking him about it.
I mean, I
And,
think
like,
it's like a prank.
they're like, huh. And then some guys clearly just couldn't give a shit. I think Rasmus Anderson was like, I don't know. We'll see. Could be bad. Could be good. I don't care. Like, that's very funny.
That'll rock or suck.
It was just funny. Like, some guys had like long quotes about it. And then I think Boulder was like, I just found out because you just told me. That's interesting. And it's like these guys, some of them could not care less. And then we talked about this last night. It's like Sidney Crosby's like, I need to know every millimeter. I need to know how much ice shavings I can expect to love as I round the corner and go on my backhand in the corners.
Is there a McDonald's logo at center ice? That's all I need.
That's all he cares. That's all he needs. But like, I just really. So then also Commodore tweeted out the rig's completed, which that was another issue. Like, they're very confident that it'll be done. And I was like, well, you could have just said, no, it will be done. That's great. It's dump and chase time in Milan, folks. Get it in and run the D-man through the boards. It's going to be like an old Western Canadian barn. Ray Ferraro's like, it's 3 feet, Tommy. You could still be nimble in a rig of that size. I don't think it's going to matter much. Then Pronger responded to Ferraro, where are they going to remove the 3.5 feet? The neutral zone? Already pretty tight in that region with the ice and speed of these players. Or do they remove 1.75 feet from each end zone? Or a combination of both?
Just one end zone.
Yeah, just one end of the rink. It's 3 feet short.
You know what, though? Like, this is something that, Merrick, like, he has to come up with the most random weird shit ever to talk about and bring up as ideas for the NHL. And I half hate and half love this, but he advocates for MLB rules when it comes to building your stadium. You should be able to have your rink be whatever fucking size you want.
Oh, I'm in on it.
You can set like a max and a min maybe just to like make sure no one's going like complete gargoyle, but like it's something that lends to kind of crafting an identity for a team. Like, think about it. The Twins literally built a stadium designed to get Joe Mauer more home runs because he's a lefty. And they made it a shorter outfield for him to reach. Like, it's a big decision to make because you're stuck with that now for good. But hey, I'm all for it. Let them make it just a complete square. See what happens.
I've said for a long time, I would love for every arena to have its own little like quirks or whatever. So like, I'm down for it to change it up. If they wanted to turn TD Garden into the old Boston Garden, where like you could basically reach out for a red line and touch the net, like it was so small. And like, it was so funny watching back, like Cam Neely is running around 1,000 miles per hour and just decapitating people. And it was miserable to play it there. And then you've got probably whichever team has the most heroes on it. They just have like Olympic size times 2. It's just like, it's a track. Like, that would be amazing. Obviously the NHL is not fun. They would never go for it. Everything has to be exactly the same, I bet. But I would be 100% down within limit, even though I just set a track size.
Yeah,
ice.
like we're not
that'd
doing
be cool,
like a
though.
candy sized rink.
Yeah, I'm down for it though. I think it'd be sweet.
All right, well, we can move on past the size does matter because it honestly, I think it fucking doesn't. But to each their own, I guess. If Chris Pronger thinks that 3 feet in the neutral zone is going to be detrimental, given that he's the one that basically used that neutral zone to also decapitate people.
Yeah. Oh, here's the exact quote from Rasmus Anderson. I have no clue, honestly. It might be good. It might be bad. I don't know. I was like, that's my favorite one. I like that one.
I don't know. Am I getting traded?
Yeah, it was like, seriously, what's the deal? There's also someone speaking of that, like, I forget who I was listening to. Like, someone was talking about the Rasmus Anderson trade. And apparently he wakes up one day and he's like, yeah, I want to go win somewhere. Then he wakes up the next day. I was like, nah, you know what? Calgary's pretty cool. I like it here. And I'm like, you got it as a GM. If you're trading for that guy, like, I love that. That sounds wonderful.
It's real tough to sign a bipolar player, huh?
Whoops.
Next day, like, fuck this place, I'm out. Later that day, I love it here. Why would you ever say that I'd want to leave?
What do you mean you're shopping?
I didn't say that. I said it. Wait,
yeah, that me.
Rasmus, what? What, dude? Oh, God damn it. All right. To that, there is one NHL thing that I feel like needs to be talked about because I was kind of surprised. They did the players polls. They got released on The Athletic. And somewhere in the 80s percentile of players said that state income tax matters.
Of course, the players are going to say it.
But that matters. Those are the ones making the decision on where they sign. Like, what do you mean? Who else matters?
That's fair.
I don't care what an owner thinks or what a fan thinks.
It's God damn it. I really thought maybe there's a chance we wouldn't really have to talk about it outside of like the trade deadline and maybe in the summer for like a couple of days. But I guess we're back.
I need to sit down and just like have AI do all the math for me because state income tax absolutely matters. It is a factor. But there's so many other factors.
Mm-hmm.
There is cost of living. There is real estate. There is just actual, what should we call it? Should we call it the walk score? Like, where do you frickin' live? That matters. Guess what? Living in LA and Anaheim is expensive as shit, but it's pretty fucking nice to go play hockey and then go out to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of factors. There's guys that want to play in Minnesota because they like the schools for their kids. That like their kids are going to grow up in a good hockey environment. Like, you can come up with pros and cons for a lot of the markets. I think there's some that end up getting screwed because they don't have many positives, but most locations you can come up with a couple of positives that draw. And guess what? If you want to blame the state income tax shit, fine. Step up as an owner and juice up the facilities. Give amenities and benefits that make players want to fucking be there. Like, you can't tell me that it's apples to apples and that you go and tour every facility, you see like what the team offers and that it's, oh yeah, it's all pretty much the same. Like, no, you can easily go above and beyond.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think sometimes like whenever this comes up in like actual analysis, whenever people are talking about like, what should we do about it? Like, what do you mean? What should we fucking do about it? Like, also, if you're a good fucking team, players are gonna want to come play there. Like, that's also just the thing. Like, guys are gonna want to fucking win.
Accurate.
But, like,
I think the tougher thing is trading players. Like, if you are a no state income tax team and you sign a guy and then you want to send them to a high income tax place, like, they're definitely executing their no trade on that. Like, because no trades get handed out like candy. It's insane. I don't know. There's a lot to unpack there, but I do think, like, even economically speaking, like when you just talk cost of living and what there is to do and what real estate tax looks like, whatever, like state income tax isn't everything.
Right. Yeah.
It's just the easiest one to talk about.
Also, like, these guys have agents who, in theory, are supposed to be able to help with this stuff too. And like, I mean, I know here in Boston, like Zdeno Chara went out and got fucking like certified as a like financial planner, was literally working with like the young players, like telling them where to put their money to like just like save some for later. And like it's just all around all this shit.
See this index fund here called Z? All of your money into it.
ZC33 coin. Every penny that you have, just throw it right in there. Okay. A nice little Chara coin. But like these guys have agents that can help them with this stuff too. Like, I mean, if it's really,
but the agents don't want to help them with it is the problem. See, the agents want to use it as a reason to get paid more. They're like, oh yeah, it's okay that you have higher state income tax. That means you're going to pay an extra $1 million a year. Like, God damn it.
Yeah, fair.
Like the agents don't give a shit how the team does.
I'd also like wonder exactly like how that question gets asked to the players too. Is like, hey, would it be cool if you had the same salary but you lived like in Florida or a no tax? Like, yeah, that would be cool. I think that would be sweet.
That would be nice.
I would like that. Sure. What was about? I was really hoping when I saw like I think the thumbnail for that article, but the player poll was like, "Where will McDavid play next?" And I was really hoping you would get like a bunch of like Brad Marchand answers, where it's just like just the most random places around the league, or he just keeps going like pumping Toronto, whatever. I was really hoping they would like fuck around with that, but clearly they're not. They're not. They didn't do that. I think it ended up being like 70-something% Edmonton, 10% Toronto, and then whatever. Yeah, same thing with Crosby. It was the same three. Everyone can probably guess.
Yeah.
But let me find some of the other.
All right. Anything else though, NHL wide that we want to hit on, or are we jumping right to either Wild or World Juniors or Olympics?
I figure we'll do Wild.
Okay.
Specifically, part of the reason I wanted to make sure we had the last game of the road trip in our discussion about the road trip, obviously, I was really hoping that it would go well to finish on a high note because, like, outside of the Edmonton game specifically, like Wallstedt, Brody, Spurgeon, and basically just like the defense core in general, like pretty mixed bag on this on the road trip, and like. When you like also zoom out, you know, you come into that game against Vancouver losing 2 year last 3. In theory, it should have been a real nice opportunity for a bounce back game. Weirdly, they probably played fairly well and controlled a lot of the game. Couple of really bad mistakes, and then we had our first bad Jesper Wallstedt game, which, in the grand scheme of things, he was due for one. But if they ended up really having a poor game against Seattle, that would have been a real kick in the dick, obviously. But I mean, again, I thought they responded really well. Intensity was there. Couple sour notes though. Obviously, Matt Zuccarello gets absolutely clocked by Vince Dunn. Clean hit.
Be careful saying that. Be careful saying that.
I know.
Absolutely a clean hit.
Yeah. What? I mean, Jesus, what?
Hit. Bodied. Like, I feel bad for Zuccarello. Don't get me wrong, but like, clean.
Yeah. And now we don't. I think Hines said he's not sure how long Zuccarello is going to be out for. That really fucking sucks.
Did they say what the deal is, or like concussion, or?
I think they just said upper body. So I mean, imagine there being. I mean, he was wobbly on the ice and then walking down the tunnel. I would imagine he's something in the up there. I mean, he landed directly on his face on the ice. Shout out to Danilo Yurov for being the first guy in there and just hitting the eject button on the mitts. And thank God it ended up just kind of being a scrum because Vince Dunn is fairly handy in that department. But very funny as like to give Danilo Yurov double minor for roughing, and then Vince Dunn gets 2 for roughing and that. So obviously Seattle ends up on that power play. And then the camera, like Hines is losing his mind on the bench. The ref skates over there. And then the camera goes to Hartman. He goes, "How do you do 2 roughings?" It's just like, at first I thought Hartman was like, if I did that, I'd get at least 2 games. And it was just like making me laugh. Like all the things.
Someone leans in, they're like 4.
Yeah, but he's like 2. What are you, nuts? Double that, maybe triple it. But it was just because I didn't have the sound on at that point. It was just very funny in my head picturing all like Hartman was like chuckling, like, how do you do 2 roughings? Like, how do you rough twice? And I was just picturing all the things he could have been saying. And obviously at the end of the period, Hartman tries to get Dunn to go. Dunn says no, whatever, within his rights. Kaprizov was pissed. And he played angry. Ends up with the goal at the end, the empty netter, which was nice to see. Bit of a rough stretch, I'd say, like on the road trip for him. Specifically the Calgary game. That being said, I mean, like Calgary was just, I don't really know who you could look at from that game on a positive note. But I like start of the second, actually end of the first period, and then start of the second, Kaprizov was flying around the ice. So that was notable. And then I gotta tell you, I'm done with the Yakov Trenin slander. I'm not having it anymore. He's been a fucking beast.
It's tough
Obviously,
to do.
When you're making 3.75, you want to see some more offensive production, but he puts up
Is that all
9
he
hits.
makes?
Puts up
I thought he had
9
more.
hits. No, I think it's 5-year, 3.75 or something like that. But finishes that game with 9 hits. I think 1 or 2 shots on net. But I mean, he's flying around the ice now. He's like very engaged. I think he's noticeable pretty much every game now, even if the points aren't coming. But like, he's been a fucking beast. And I am enjoying the way that he's playing. And if you take the contract away, you don't think about that. Like, it's hard to say that he's like, he hasn't been anything but a positive, especially lately.
Don't even take the contract away, though. Like, the way he's playing, is it still maybe a shade high? Sure. But like, you're not thinking about that. Like, the 3.5 is abysmal when you saw how he played prior. Like, that's unacceptable. That is a Guerin blunder, but hard to be mad right now.
Yeah. I mean, like, in like some of the plays he's making his own end too, just knocking pucks loose. I mean, he's a fucking animal along the wall too. He's just like freakishly strong, but like he's in on the forecheck, turning pucks over, battling back, beast in the neutral zone, hitting everything that moves. Like, he's just doing his job. He's playing really well. So I think he's been like he was like one of the big bright spots from this road trip.
My guy.
And then another guy I thought was really good this road trip, even though the points didn't come, but I thought like he got a little bit more, he got elevated minutes, maybe not necessarily like elevated role, but Liam Ogren I think's been noticeable last like stretch here too. Like last night, he made a few plays last night, started shooting the puck a little bit more and was like able to get shooting opportunities. But I thought he looked good on the forecheck as well, doing a lot of the little things outside of just like offensive production, because obviously the points aren't there. But he's like carving out a role right now, and I think the last few games he's been noticeable for in a good way. So I thought that was a plus for the road trip as well.
I think the biggest plus for the road trip is that it's over.
Yeah, it's nice that it's done.
And now we got a little stint at home here, which is nice. Which, shout out, everybody should go this weekend. We got a 1:00 game and a 5:00 game Saturday, Sunday. Zamboni's on 7th. Get out there. It's right across the street. Get crippled as possible. Someone can carry you across that one road. You'll make it.
It'll be fun. You'll be okay.
We should talk about, because I didn't know this. I also just really don't care because it didn't happen. But Isha was dead set on talking about this. So I guess we're going to talk about it because he does our editing. Marco Rossi.
Oh.
While there are rumors they'd be interested in the injured Rossi, we can't see the Wild trading Rossi in a deal for Sherwood. Ironically, the Canucks turned down an offer from the Wild for Rossi at the draft that would have involved Aatu Ratti, scored 2 goals and an assist and had 1 goal overturned against the Wild on Saturday night, the number 15 pick, and goalie Artur Shilovs. That's news.
Yeah.
That Russo just kind of buried into an article. Although for all we know, he wrote about it a while ago and I just missed it.
Yeah, I mean,
apparently the Wild were ready to move off of Rossi, and that was the return package, which is weird that I feel like, tell me, I don't know, it feels weird to say. The Wild would have gotten the better end of that deal as far as a value is concerned, but I want to be the team that gets Rossi in that trade. I don't know how to. No one could have looked at it and said, like, Bill Guerin, you screwed up. This is a horrible trade, especially with where we were at in the summer when everyone's like, oh my God, are we going to get anything for Rossi if he gets traded? But Vancouver would have been the happier team coming out of that. No?
Yeah, I would have given that trade a D-. Like, that's, I mean, I'm, and this is, yeah, like, I'm a Aatu Ratti guy. I was a big fan of him. It was crazy watching like the decline in this draft year. Like, he comes in as like projected potential first overall, and I mean, he just eventually goes like early 50s to the Islanders, and obviously ends up being a part of the Horvat deal, and like has had spurts where he's looked really good. A lot of a lot of moments where he just hasn't lived up to like what his pedigree is. So at this point, he's probably a middle to bottom six center. Pretty decent both ends of the ice. He's got skill, he could score, but like he just hasn't put it together at the NHL level, and he really hasn't looked like hasn't looked like the player that we thought he was going to be coming into his draft year. Like I just don't know if he's going to put it together much more than what he is now.
But that's my point with this trade. Like the team that gets Rossi, I think is in the better end, but the collective pieces, if you just like do the math of like what is Shelov's worth, what is he worth, what's a number 15 worth, I guess it's maybe better than the Rossi value, but I also don't see him or Shelov's fitting with the Wild at all. So it's like, why the fuck are you making the trade?
Right. Yeah, I just wouldn't have. I just don't see. Like, I think, especially just given what we saw Rossi do for 2 straight years, how he started the year this year, like it was just never. Like I don't think you're ever
care.
I know
clearly. Stop trying to use facts in an argument. There's no room for it.
Yeah, I mean, either way, that would have just been. I would have put that in the abysmal category as far as trades go. Like, that's a big no for me. And I mean, pivoting that into like, I mean, Russo also mentioned that
trades.
That, of course, just like I'm sure most of the teams in the NHL are that are like playoff teams, like sounds like they're pretty invested or interested or very interested in Kiefer Sherwood. I think start of the year, the ask would have been something like, I think they said like a first round pick and a prospect or like something like that. Now it's like a good roster player and potentially a first round pick. I'm sorry. I don't really, I'm a no on that. Sherwood's 31 now, had a big year last year. Obviously he plays a very Bill Guerin style, but when you look at like what this team needs, like, is he going to be putting up 15, 20 goals in this middle six or bottom six? Like, he's not playing top 6 minutes on this team.
Look at the line chart for the goal scoring. He torched the first month. He has not existed since.
Yeah. Plus he's 31 he's up there this year, and he's going to be due for 30. Some kind of a raise. Raise. He'll be 31 at the start of next year, I think it was.
Yep.
I read.
So I'm very out on the Kiefer Sherwood business.
Especially if it ended up with an extension. Like if we were, if
how do you trade for him without an extension?
No, I know that's what I mean. I get that's what I'm saying, especially though on that front.
Yeah.
Again, like, is Kiefer Sherwood like an awesome player to add to your team? Is he like, does he just scream Bill Guerin hockey, playoff hockey? Like, yeah, of course, but like
it depends on the acquisition cost, I guess. But I can't imagine it's cheap.
Right.
Hot Rod Dan asks if we're in the market for grit, which Billy Guerin's always in the market for grit. Who's with me that we should sniff around Alex Tuch? And this is a player that the Minnesota Wild organization does not have any familiarity with, but
goes to a different school, always went to a different school.
Ron chimes in and says, only if Alex Tuch agrees to an extension, can't give up the assets required to obtain him without an extension. Z, where do we fall on pursuing Alex Tuch?
I mean, would I love Alex Tuch? Yeah. Am I in on giving up all those pieces? Especially when, like right now when apparently the chatter is like, especially if he doesn't end up staying in Buffalo, that number starts at like $11.5 million. I love him. I don't know if I'm like,
I'm not giving him 8 figures.
Yeah, I don't know if I could possibly do that, but I love Alex Tuch. I would love if he was on the Minnesota Wild, but like the acquisition cost. Oh God, how old is he now?
28, I believe. I'll confirm that.
Yeah, I mean,
he is 29 and he will turn 30 this summer.
Yeah.
He will turn 30 when the Buffalo Sabres are no longer playing hockey, which isn't technically quite summer yet.
Yeah, I mean,
About.
Yeah, I think I'm just overall out on it.
If you can get him at a rental price because Buffalo knows they're not going to keep him and they have to do something and you're loading up for a run, I have no problem with him being a deadline rental that you go for because he is absolutely a guy that can elevate you in the playoffs. If that's what it's going to take to get you through the first round and get that monkey off your back, go for it. I don't even care as long as you're not like outlandishly overpaying for a rental, you know? I don't think long-term I want him, and he's not going to sign a short-term deal. So he's not my guy. He is just so unfortunate that he falls like right on this window. Like if he was 2 years younger, different conversation. If he's 2 years older, then he's way more realistic on the deal he's taking. And maybe you like are able to get him on a shorter term thing, but it's just like right where he's at. He thinks he's making big boy bucks, like 11 million. I don't see it. I don't get it.
I think he's getting 11
in Buffalo.
I think he's going to get 11. When you look at like just this terrible free agent market as is, I think wherever he goes, he's getting 11. I think it was free, but a couple weeks ago, like that sounds like right now the number, especially given the free agent market, it's starting at like 11 and a half. I was like, holy fuck. I mean, I guess with the cap going up, it's a different number than like 11 and a half ain't what it used to be. But
is he worth more than Adrian Kempe the same year?
I don't know. That's tough. Like Adrian Kempe fan club card holder was one of my absolute.
I was a big Adrian Kempe. Like I was a huge fan, but I feel like my card got revoked when I was baffled that he was Swedish. I had no fucking idea that guy was from Sweden.
There's one other guy that is now an absolute stud that earlier in their careers, they were my two go-to guys doing my DraftKings lineup because they were both like coming in at 2,900, but they're probably going to pick up like a point or two and then I could load up. Him and Rupe Hintz were my two go-to like super cheap DraftKings picks when I was making lineups. Fun fact.
Proud of you.
Yeah, I just thought everyone might want to know that. I thought everyone would be curious about it. Just throw it out there. Well, Cosgrove says, I want Tage, goddammit. I mean, if you're going to pony up and like throw out, you're going to throw the kitchen sink at someone, Tage Thompson's probably the guy to do that.
Yes, I would be very happy with that. Also,
but I saw a tweet after last night's loss in Calgary that was yet another devastating loss for the Buffalo Sabres. And it was like, I think it was one of the reporters like, Tage Thompson is just sitting in his stall looking out with a blank game. I was like, oh my God, someone rescue this poor bastard.
Also, how sick would it be for the Wild to bring back the best center in franchise history?
Ryan O'Reilly.
That's correct. That is exactly who I'm referencing. Thank you, Swerve.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be very funny. Although it would make my Scherzi way less funny.
yeah.
So maybe he should stay away.
Yeah, so we're out on
that. Is there anyone else that you just like generally think like, hey, maybe there's a chance and maybe the Wild should be sniffing around? Or here's one that came up from Poop McGee 2410. Poop McGee, I feel like you would be solidified if you were 69-420. But is Anders Lee worth sniffing around, or are the Islanders too good right now? Well, saying the Islanders are too good is a crazy statement, but I get the sentiment being like, hey, are they like competitive and they don't want to move their captain? I mean,
we very well could make the playoffs.
Very much fits the Bill Guerin narrative. Minnesota boy. Now that everyone is just like huge jock sniffers for Mason West, why not bring back the original Mason West? I mean, I feel like it'd be cost prohibitive, but it's not the craziest thing I've heard. Now I'm going to feel really weird looking this up, but how old is he? 30. Oh, nope. Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, he's 35, right?
He'll be 36 this summer.
Yeah.
Now, again, in the same ilk of Alex Tuck, if it was a rental, like absolutely, I'd give a slight overpay for that as a rental. But if Islanders are even remotely in the hunt, they're not doing it. So
Yeah, I mean
Tough one
they're third in the Metro right now, and I mean it's not like it would be unheard of if they made the
They're
playoffs.
third in the Metro, and they haven't even been that good. Like if they trim up a little bit and actually start playing the way that I think they can, because again, I had them in the playoffs in the preseason. I won't say that I was like sitting here banging the table and saying they are absolutely in, but it's a team that I liked the makeup of. I'd be pretty shocked if he moved.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
God, it makes me feel so freaking old that I'm a couple months older than him. We're talking about how he's like worthless over the hill. Like, why would you bring this guy in? And it's like, yeah, except he's actually like physically fit.
It's like, yeah, wait, fuck.
Like, you know who's I think oh wait, no, he's a year younger than me, but like almost the same birthday. Steven Stamkos. And I think when I was 25, I like threw out the comment like, yeah, this guy's already accomplished more than I can even consider accomplishing over the course of my life. It hits deep. God, we're already going to the darkness with Swerve. The Wild would be going to Dallas if the playoffs started today.
Oh yeah, the Dallas Stars. We just got Thomas Harley back. Great.
All right. We are apparently supposed to talk about Hartman and Tarasenko, even though this is just a graphic for Hartman. It says Hartman plus Tarasenko. So let's do it. I think that's more in the ilk of a lot of people think these two need to go.
Yeah, I mean, I think Russo said that Ryan Hartman's very much in, like, that's a player that comes up in the Wild talk about trades.
I feel like that's due in part to, like, he is a guy that would be interesting for a lot of teams.
Right. But that's yeah. And I mean, when you look at like we've talked about this
to be
team,
clear, he has been bad of late. That can't be left off the table. Like he's been bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like we talk about, like when you look at who on this team now, if you're going to go out and make a move, like who are the most tradable guys? It's like, well, we're leaving off all the big studs. Like, so what like roster players are you looking at that you could possibly trade off? That like make a couple bucks and teams would be interested in acquiring and bringing in, or at least would be some like a feasible part of a package. It's like it's a weird group of players. Like you got some old guys, you got some prospects, and then guys that you really don't want to move off of. So it's like you're looking at some of the younger players, probably in like in the prospect realm. You probably would imagine that like maybe like a Liam Ogren would come up. I don't know, but like you probably want to boost the value.
Ogren are the first three trade candidates whenever something comes up now.
Yeah, and then you just look at like the established NHL guys in the roster. It's just like it's a pretty short list as far as like who would be appealing for other teams, I think.
Now I know you've got a couple more Wild things, so I won't transition yet, but just remember that you brought that up when we talk Olympics, because that's where we'll start that conversation. But yeah, I mean, Hartman, your fans are going to be pissed that he's here, and then as soon as he's traded, they're going to be pissed that he's gone. Especially because guess what? He's going to go somewhere like fucking Tampa and just take off. You know he is. He is a much less skilled Brandon Hagel. We've got this.
It was getting traded, by the way. They were just throwing that out there.
Huh?
We're just saying if he were to get traded.
Yeah, correct.
This is the scenario.
Cole, for the Wild segment, please tell me one of you saw Hartman ask the ref, how do you rough 2 times on the Europe penalty?
This is like this is like another very funny thing in my head where you know that there are some NHL players who actually like who legitimately don't know the rule, like all the rules, like or whatever. Like I played soccer with this kid who we were in college and he still didn't know what offsides was. He's like, I don't get it. In the middle of a game, he snapped. And it's like, how have you made it this far? You're still not sure.
But also, soccer offsides is fucking voodoo.
It's pretty cut and dry.
It's dumb.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's stupid, but like it's pretty cut and dry.
I think it's his brain rebelling. It's like Severance, except he's like severing like what are the rules and what's logic.
Yeah, no, it's just like a funny
Also,
thought in my head. It's
Severance
like I'm
rocks.
not sure what that is.
Late adopter on Severance.
Fair enough.
All right. Do we have anything else? I guess we have to include this because it was part of the graphic. The Tarasenko experiment is going terrible per call.
Yeah, I mean,
guilty.
There, especially like since he's come back from injury, there's been a couple like even when he's not at his best, like very uncharacteristic whiffs on some one-timers, and obviously he's only scored a handful here. And you know, some of the points he does have are like a second assist on like a power play goal or something. So it hasn't gone great. Obviously, he got hurt beginning of the year, or got hurt for a little bit there as well. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know what exactly we were all expecting, but I mean, we definitely we'd like to see a little bit more, especially as like we need the power play to get going again. He could, in theory, could have been a pretty sweet piece on like this second power play unit. He still can shoot the puck. It's just like it's not there right now at all. I haven't really seen it this year, so either way, like even if it doesn't really correct, I think he'll have like a handful of games here where he pots in a couple. Like he's made a couple nice plays. It's just been like when you bring in a guy like Vlad Tarasenko with the name value, you're expecting obviously significantly more than what he showed. But like he's been trending this way for a little bit. I
mean, they gave up a lot for him. So
that was the thing too. It was just like it was worth the swing. Like
I think it's more the roster spot and the salary cap allocation, and now you're fucking stuck with him.
Okay.
But yes, I mean, I don't hate the swing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the real question is when the swing was taken, like, where are you handicapping success versus failure, you know?
Right. Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, was it a true 50-50 proposition? I think it's more like a 25-75.
Yeah, but like again, right now, what, 23 games, 3 goals, 8 assists. Would you be shocked? Would you be shocked if you finished the year with like 15 goals? And would you think that was bad? Like, I don't know.
No, I think like I think Joe Smith said in our episode that dropped earlier today that like 15 to 18 goals was probably kind of what you were hoping for.
Right.
Would I be shocked if he got there? Like, there's absolutely a world where he gets there. Right now, would I bet on that outcome? Fuck no. If that makes sense. Like, do I think it's happening? If it happens, am I going to be like, no way? Like, no. Like, I can absolutely see a path to it. He's just not done anything to give me any indication that we're going to work towards that path. Like, But if all of a sudden he turns it on, like, yeah, I can see a world where that happens. It's just you gotta pamper him, and I don't know that the Wild are in a position to do that. He does not warrant a spot on the top 6 unless there's a bunch of injuries. He does not warrant a spot on the first power play. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think Hines said after the game too that like the last couple games he thought he's looked a little bit better since coming back from the injury, and like I think that was also a big reason they even put him on the ice with the empty netter. And I think that was just good for them to do, just to like have him shoot the puck and see it go into the net. So I thought it was a nice move by the Wild to throw him on when it was 3-1 for that last empty netter. I mean, who knows? He's still like, again, the one big concern with this whole thing really is just like we haven't seen the same shot at all. Like he's whiffed on a couple, he's like fumbling pucks here and there. Like it seems like he's also just gripping the stick. I mean, this is a guy that's used to scoring at least 20 goals a year. Obviously, the last few years have been difficult. He's been very injured, like since that last one with the Blues, since his last year with the Blues. But I mean, I don't know. Like you have to think he's still got that somewhere in his bag, at least some level of that shot. So who knows if he just like sees one go in again, albeit empty netter against Seattle, and then he like just seeing the puck go in. Who knows? He could get like a nice little streak here. I wouldn't be. I think he's. I'm just gonna be the optimist because I can't help it.
Sure.
I'm gonna say he finishes with like 16.
And here's me being the not optimist or pessimist, but just like. Part of it's me not. I wish that I had a better grasp on both Vlad as a player and just like when you see it, you know it, but I'm not great at dissecting and diagnosing it. There are players who like, yeah, it's just a pure, like, I'm going to shoot the puck and it's going to go where I want. But there's a lot of guys that part of their shooting is their movement, their finesse, and how they trick the goalie on their release. Some of that, like, you're not going to lose as you age, but some of it, like the way that you're moving and changing angles and making opportunities that like the goalie doesn't understand. I don't know how much he relied on that in his past, right? I don't know if that's maybe something he lost versus, hey, no, he always was just a pure sniper. Like he can put the puck where he wants. There was nothing else there. If that's the case, then he probably still does have it there somewhere deep inside of him, and we're hoping it comes back out. But I can't say confidently one way or the other just because I don't know well enough what his profile is as a shooter, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, historically, he's always just one of those guys that, like, even at a standstill, he's just going to send it fucking shelf pretty much every time. But, like, a lot of it just happened to be he would find quiet areas of the ice. Like, it was the positioning and just, like, being in the right spot at the right time.
So he's a soft spot guy. He was a Jake Gensel merchant. Like
he again with that, like how good his shot was, he just never really like needed to do a whole lot to score. So I think part of it too is, I mean, like again, he starts the year, the lines are all over the place. He's getting looks in the top six though, so like you would like to see like obviously a little bit more like early. Plus he gets hurt, comes back, still finding his feet again. Obviously, so I think there's still adjustments to be had there, and like just kind of settling in somewhere in the lineup. Again, I think they're if they're gonna like stick with the fourth line, then I mean they're not gonna get shit. So
yeah,
I mean like if like in order to get Vlad Tarasenko that's gonna give you a decent chunk of goals, like you have to put him in like good opportunities with good line mates that like you're putting him on the ice to score. So he's gonna have to be like he can't go lower than that third line. And even then, you probably have to figure out.
Yeah, because the Minnesota Wild are a team that actually put thought into who makes sense on a fourth line.
Yeah.
Take that one back. I'm not even going to let you
just that sentence. Come on. You know
you can
what
absolutely go lower than the third line.
I know.
Shouldn't.
But
in this organization, I would almost bet on it happening.
You know what I would say.
Yeah, I know.
You son of a bitch.
Anything else Minnesota Wild directly that's not World Juniors or Olympic adjacent?
Not great that Middleton went down and Hines isn't sure what that's going to look like, how long he's going to be up, but like sounds like he's going to miss games. And I think they said Rossi's a little bit further behind than they were hoping, but he's skating again. We'll see. And fingers crossed on Zuccarello, as we said before, but not great on the injury front again. It's amazing.
Not great, Bob.
Pretty good. They're elite at this. They are elite.
There is no team better at not being.
It is incredible.
Like skill. I mean, you know what it is, though, Z? It's their doctors. Just ask Charlie McAvoy. That's why his face is all fucked up right now.
He wasn't even the one that said it. He said he was just pissed at the situation. It was just everyone else.
I know. Yeah, because he had everyone else already saying it for him.
Yeah, literally, he was like,
I can come off as the nice guy and still have my agenda be driven. Let's go.
Listen, guys. It's like in Step Brothers. Let's not yell. Let's not get mad at Dale for ruining the dinner, possibly the evening.
That's also a weird thing for you to bring me back to now that I'm watching Severance, because just completely different humans being represented by the same guy. I love Adam Scott, by the way. I think he is the weirdest, most awkward actor, but I think he is such an incredible
He's so good.
He makes you feel things for sure. Well,
guys,
the only
graphic not get mad at Dale for ruining the night, possibly or ruining dinner, possibly in the evening.
Why didn't you punch me in the fucking face? The only graphic we have for the Olympics is size does matter. So we're just going to go back to that for a minute. If anyone wants to hear something you'll probably never hear again, check out the episode of Fellowship of the Rink that is already out. We dropped it a day early because of this shift and because, well, we already had everything recorded and ready to go. Russo complimented me, which I think he had like an out-of-body experience. I think he might have even like puked or had an exorcism afterwards. I don't know. But I just asked him a question at the end, and he's like, God damn it. Like, that's a really good idea. I should have written about that. But I guess I'll write it in the future. The question was, because he talked about how, like, with some of the countries, there is definitely a lack of NHL depth at certain positions. Example being that Spacek and Jiricek are both probably going to play in the Olympics, which
I think Russo categorized them as shoo-ins.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
And then you've got Hlavai, who's going to be like the starting goalie for his team. And my real question was, like, what kind of stock do GMs put into Olympic performance? Like, is it completely separately categorized, or like, do they watch that and go, oh, fuck, I want that player? And Russo's like, the latter. Like, they definitely put a lot of stock into this. And maybe Spacek, Jiricek, Hlavai, like any of those guys, maybe this is stock up time and you can actually make a decent move with some of those players that right now questionable futures. I mean, let's be real. The goalie's gone. Like, there's no place for him. I don't think they want him with the way he's playing in Iowa right now. But on top of that, like, he knows, he sees the writing on the wall with the Gustafsson contract, with Wallstedt being Wallstedt. He's gone. Jiricek, I mean, I'm still a believer, but there's plenty of people who aren't. And Spacek, you know, outside of Russo, I don't know how many people are sitting here saying, like, yes, he's going to be an NHLer with the Wild. I don't know. Like, what do you think about just that concept in general? Like, hey, maybe the Olympics is how we move some of these guys and actually get some value out of it.
Yeah, I mean, outside of like the Wild specifically, like there's historical precedence for that too. Like, I remember 2018 Olympics, the Bruins went out and signed Brian Giunta after the Olympics. He was playing like a two-way, or I don't even know where he was playing, but then obviously makes the USA team before all the NHL players were allowed to go. And like, he came in and like played pretty well for the Bruins at the end of the 18th season. Like, the teams have done this before. I remember Eric Stahl went to the Olympics and like got a lot, or it was either the Olympics or maybe even the Worlds, that like there was legit team interest in him after. Like, that's definitely a thing. Like, they do absolutely put stock into like those kinds of performances. So like, let's say
who plays better internationally than Spacek?
I was gonna say, like, Spacek already he's got the NHL lineage. He's always a star at the World Juniors. That if he continue, like, and he's been really good when he played with like the Worlds. So he's just like whenever he's playing with the men's team in general for Czechia, like, he's been a really good player for them. So like, there's a track record there, and yeah, it wouldn't shock me at all if he put up another good tournament. If that would like gin up interest, it wouldn't shock me at all. I think that's absolutely a thing that gyms take stock in.
Let's also talk. Russo and Joe did a collaboration article that there could be 11 players for the Minnesota Wild that could represent their countries for the Olympics, which is a crazy enough number as it is. How much crazier is it that their entire first line is not part of that equation? Russia doesn't exist, and Austria not in, Norway not in. That's kind of crazy for the Minnesota Wild, who everyone always complains that they're bored by. Like, apparently something's going right. Now, granted, like, it's the three that I already mentioned. Like, okay, that's different caliber, but still pretty fun.
Yeah. I mean, even like taking that. So like, they put up the article, the shoe-ins, they've got three guys literally that aren't on their NHL roster right now. They're categorized in the shoe-in, and two of the candidates, like two possible, like could go, but like aren't shoe-in. Two of the like most consistent performance of the entire season are in the candidate category of Marcus Johansson and Jesper Wallstedt, which is just like a very funny scenario to have. Like, there's possibly 11 guys. Two of their best might go. Three guys not on their active roster are not going, or are going. Sorry.
Like, that rocks. That rocks.
It is like the I think both Johansson and Wallstedt, it's like a very interesting. It's not completely out of the realm of possibility. You could see Sweden want to bring a guy like Johansson. He's played obviously forever.
Well,
That track record's playing really well, but like I mean, he's also a guy you could put like. I wouldn't be shocked if they were like, we could put him in our bottom six. He could be our 13th skater. Like, I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me. And then, I mean, just look at what Wallstedt's doing right now. Like, where the other Swedish goalies are. Well, that wouldn't shock me either. But, like, is it likely? Probably not. But, like, he's absolutely put himself in the conversation.
Sure. I mean, it's a philosophical question.
Yeah.
Because if you're Team Sweden, right, what's more important? Rewarding and giving guys their, like, you know, who knows, possibly their last chance to represent on a national stage to be your third goalie? Or is it to bring the guy who's not only outplayed them this season, but also like you're hoping he could be a big piece of future international competition for Team Sweden? I don't know, because I'm not like in there, and I'm sure it's different for every team. Like, I don't know what kind of cachet these guys hold, but like Markstrom and Ullmark, nothing otherworldly about how they've played this year. They've got the track record in the past.
Bad.
Like, they've both been bad. I mean,
Yeah.
Ullmark's been worse, but like both have been bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Wallstedt makes it.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't either.
I think he should. I think that it would be smarter for them to do that for so many reasons. Among those, just the amount of Swedes being represented by the Wild. Like, why not just have a full takeover? But like, really, he has played so freaking well. He has earned it this year, and you got to be looking at him and saying, like, holy shit, he could play in any of the next 3 Olympic games after this, based on his age. Why the heck would you not bring that guy?
Well, weird that I think that would probably be like part of the rationalization to bring Ullmark and Markstrom over Voss. I think that would actually be
it's
like
an argument
like,
for and against. That's what I'm saying. Like, it just depends on how they feel. But
yeah, I mean, I imagine I would be actually shocked they didn't throw Markstrom.
I mean, the better question is there a world where Gus isn't the starter?
There's no. He started the Four Nations. He was their go-to.
Yeah, I'm just asking. I don't know.
No, yeah, I'm saying I that would be an egregious move. You're a third goal.
What if no? Here's the way it's gonna go. The most wild move ever. They're gonna bring Gus and Wallstedt, and they're both gonna be on the bench.
That would be rude. Cole says, "Bring Liam Ogren. I'm all in. Bring Ogren, you cowards." That's right, Cole.
Yeah. Not quite there yet. Quite there yet.
Nice there. I've seen enough. He's on the tube.
I said I'm not quite there. So there's them. I mean, Boldy and Faber, locks, stapled, and up and down, and certainly not the best showing we've seen from Faber, but is there any doubt that him and Slavin are the first pairing?
Slavin healthy yet?
I just care if he's healthy by February.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be their, even Hughes.
Like, that pair, quote unquote, was the MVP of
their numbers. Their stats was legitimately comical.
I knew you were going to say comical. I should have said it. I should have cut you off.
You should have said it. You should have cut me off. But
you
just
have like 4 adjectives you would use there, and I'm like, it's comical. It's coming.
Next week I'm gonna pull a different out of my bag that you won't see coming. But like, I mean, it's just insane looking at I remember someone put up a heat map of like scoring chances when the two of them were on the ice, and it was like the USA end of the ice was just barren. There was nothing going on back there. It was just all being shut down neutral zone, and then obviously they both fly. It's just they're very fun. What a fucking deep pair. It's insane.
I think the real question now is based on so much less space with 3.15 feet being removed. And just the Bill Guerin mantra, do any small guys make this team?
No, it's illegal.
I know you're saying that half joking, but like the half serious part, like seriously, like does he even consider a Cole Caulfield?
I think it would be nuts not to, obviously, but I mean,
I didn't ask that.
I have no idea what they're thinking anymore, but I mean, like, I think you have to fucking bring him. Like, how good he's been. I mean, realistically, pretty much since he came into the league, but yeah, I think they should fucking bring him.
I guess there's so much to evaluate on who was on Four Nations, players that have played their way into the fold. Who do you kick out and where do they fit? Because like the one that's been talked about a lot, and it's funny because like everyone is either banging the drums for this guy or like he's awesome, but no, he doesn't get in because where the fuck do you play him? Jason Robertson.
Right.
Is he in your top 6? Because that right there is kind of the determination for whether or not you bring him.
Yeah, and I think last time because I remember I was looking at, I think the Athletic did their like building out a potential Olympic hockey or USA Olympic roster or whatever. I don't think they had Robertson in there. And it was interesting too because I think they put Matthew Nyes in there.
I think Nyes and Cooley both should
have. Yeah, they're both. I would say they're both going.
Really?
Yeah, no,
think so?
Probably.
You think Cooley's going?
Yeah.
I think he should. I don't think he will. There's again, the dividing line. I think Wallstedt should. I don't think he will. I don't think Cooley will, but if he does, I need to get that jersey immediately.
Yeah. Did it end up being not a bad injury or whatever?
He avoided that being a bad one, but then he got hurt right away again. But I think that's also minor. Dude's getting beaten on, but he plays a hard game. People, not like he's going out there and like abusing other people, but he's taking a lot of abuse, and he doesn't fucking
abusive.
care.
He's not abusive by any means. Yeah, what's he got? I think he's just under a point per game now.
Dude, him and Nyes playing on a line together would be very fun.
Yeah, I'd be all in on that.
Hey, you know what? If you guys do that, I'll watch every game.
I wasn't going to before.
Exactly. That's what we need to sell.
You know what? You know another guy that was like after the Four Nations, it was like if he doesn't show a ton of improvement, there's no way that they could possibly bring him to the Olympics. Adam Fox. And Adam Fox has been unfucking believable this year, despite the Rangers' troubles. He's been like by far and away the best player. So
but that's a discussion we had too. Where's he fit?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think he's making that fucking team though.
Just because Sullivan's his coach?
No, I mean, like, who do you put in over him? Is it Seth Jones?
Is he playing on either of your power plays?
No, probably not. But
so why bring him?
Because he's incredible two-way defenseman. I don't think he like has to be like. I mean, I don't think you're gonna throw him out there and ask him to be like a world better. I think he could probably play on their bottom pair and be more than serviceable. Like he's just been. He looks like the Adam Fox. He looks like the Adam Fox that we thought was going to show up at the Four Nations, and obviously the Four Nations just was like abysmal.
Hey,
but
people don't forget.
Yeah, no, oh, shit. But yeah, I mean, like the other guy that they would potentially throw in there, like Seth Jones.
I think Noah Hannafin is a guy they'll consider.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
But I'm not saying that Fox shouldn't. I'm saying a lot of other people are saying it, and it has me being like, oh shit, I guess maybe he won't. I don't know. Because you do need to fit certain roles on your blue line. Like that's the craziest thing for Canada is Canada has a very fun blue line to potentially play with, size is non-existent. Like Parayko, who has not been good, will be there just by virtue of he big and he can like do things okay. But I don't know. I'm very, very curious how the bottom like 4 guys are gonna play out.
Yeah. You know, it's tough to outside like moving just like to the goal. The goalies, I mean, Jesus.
Here's a good question from something called B_Marsh92. New super fan, I guess. I don't know. Who takes Slavin's spot if he can't go? That is a very valid question. Basically, who can prop up Brock Faber?
Who can save him from himself? Yeah, I mean, it's like, do they care about right shot, left shot? If you care about that, then I don't like. You think Faber and Hanifin would be served? Like, how do you think that would look? I mean, I think
it's less the team though. It's like I don't care what Sullivan's stance is on it. Like, what's the player think? Like, are the players good with it? If so, like, fucking roll.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's nope. I got the solution.
Or do you go Luke Hughes? Fuck it.
No, you go better. Imagine a scenario where Brock Faber captains a team to almost winning a national championship. Who was the guy that sat next to him on the bench as they watched that goal go in?
That's fucked up, dude.
I had to sit there and fucking watch it too. I don't care. Jackson Lacombe, baby. That's the answer. Jackson Big Daddy Lacombe.
That would actually be awesome, though.
That, and then you've got Cooley and Nyes, and then you've got Jimmy Snuggerud sitting at home like, I'm sad. I wish I wasn't drafted by the Blues.
Oh, damn it. I'm getting another nosebleed. That sucks. Gonna have to hold it off.
There's a lot of people talking about Luke Hughes getting on the team.
Yeah, he's been
over Fox, believe it or not. Yeah. I'm skeptical. Like, unless Jack and Quinn demand it for their participation, like, I say no.
Yeah, I'm not putting him over Fox right now. But I mean, I was really hoping they'd say fucking bring Lacombe, but yeah, that's what it is.
It'd be too fun. I think that's why they didn't do it. Bill Guerin, no room for fun. It's about fucking winning. Brett brings up a great point regarding Canada, and it's who the fuck is their goalie?
Would they bring?
I think he gets game 1 regardless. And I think they literally let the prelims play out as a tryout. I don't know how else you handle it if you're Canada. Fun thing that got brought up.
Well, I mean, they could get over themselves and let Logan Thompson be their starter.
Right. But so like tell them like, hey, like Binnington gets game 1. Thompson gets game 2. See what happens from there.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine they're going to like give it to Binnington. I feel like they'll do the, hey, but did you see the Four Nations tournament thing? I'd imagine that's just how that's going to go. But I mean, I just pulled up Thompson's numbers again this year. It's ridiculous, dude. 925 with a 1.96 goals against. Like, fuck off.
I, as an American, think that Jordan Binnington should be the starter.
I think he should start every game.
I think the fun thing, though, that someone asked this on 32 Thoughts, but you can essentially, if you want to wait a little bit longer to make your decision, you could throw Aiden Hill in there as your third goalie. And if he's not ready to go, you can add whoever you want.
Mm.
It's a nice little dice roll.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Thompson should be their starter.
Yeah.
And again, like Binnington's been ass. He was also kind of ass last year. And then you get him into big game positions and he figures it the fuck out. So like, who knows? Maybe he goes to the Olympics and turns it right back on again. Like he is that psychotic. Maybe he can do it, but it's hard not to look at this season and be like, yeah, it's absolutely Logan Thompson.
Yeah. I mean, like if we're
it's either that or Fleury. I don't know.
Yeah. You could bring Wedgwood.
Who does better push-ups? Yeah, it is weird that he's like gotten zero consideration. Everyone's big on Kemper, and I'm like, yeah, you'll regret that.
Yeah, it's funny too because I think Scott Wedgwood gets like the comments like, "Well, look who he's playing in front of." I'm like, okay, but like, have you seen him play though? Like some of the saves he's making.
Hang on. There's two main players that statement is about. Guess what fucking team they're playing for? That's the dumbest fucking argument I've ever heard.
I just like that.
Like, he does that because he's playing with Makar McKinnon. Like,
yeah,
bitch, what the fuck do you think he's gonna do at the Olympics?
What do you think is he playing with? What are you play the same guys? I like it is funny. It was like it's funny how people pick and choose when to bring that up. But it's just fun. I mean, it's a ridiculous thing to say. Like some of those saves that Wedgwood made.
It's just insane. Like, yeah, look who he plays with. Like, shut up. That's an insane argument.
Yes, exactly, Cole. I love that.
Oh, that's so fun. Any other like arguments or debates for Olympic squads that we want to get into? I think the one that has surfaced that you need to weigh in on, even though I know your answer. Brad Marchand, Tom Wilson, or both?
It's funny whenever I think I saw the second they're like, yo, the rinks are really small. It's like, you gotta bring Wilson. And I'm like, what? To get fucking kicked out of every game for hitting too hard? Like, they don't let you hit. Like, this isn't going to be the same rules as the Four Nations. Like, again, and let me just be clear. Tom Wilson's been amazing again this year.
He has been very good.
I'm not saying
he will get kicked out of a game minimum.
But like, if people are like he could play that grinder role, like if you don't want him to score, what do you think he's gonna do on the ice? Like, I don't know.
Tuck gets the OT winner. Wild need to trade for him immediately.
Yep, that's it. I think I'd go. I mean, I think you have to go Marchand because he can actually play that role. I mean,
you spoke to Z. Think that Brad Marchand should be on this team?
Yeah, I know.
You're advocating for a Florida Panther?
Yeah, can you believe it?
You know he's going into the Hall of Fame as a Florida Panther, right?
Yep, it's great.
After
by the way,
buys like 12 Dairy Queen franchises.
By the way, once Zuccarello signs an extension, I will be like, this is a Wild legend. People will remember him as a Wild.
If he signs another Wild contract, I'm with you.
He's only played a year fewer.
If he
one less year.
No.
This is one less. He's played what? This is like year 7, 6. I think he played in year for 8. Like that's crazy, and he's put up more points. Like it's a discussion to be had. I still,
when I think of Matt Zuccarello, I see the Rangers jersey, and that's really hard for me to say because I fucking hate that. The entire existence of that franchise bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
He is one of few guys that I've liked.
Mm-hmm.
Like I liked him when he was a Ranger, and that's very hard for me to say. You know who else I liked as a Ranger that I thought escaped? JT Miller. And he fucking found his way back, and he's the captain. And
it was the big C.
I'm glad they suck.
But just going back, this bias. I mean, Marchand is the guy that they bring. I mean,
he's played so well, and everyone's like, "Oh, but what about the size?" Like, size doesn't fucking matter when you play the way he plays. Like, is he gonna go out there and fucking kill people? No. Is anyone gonna fuck with him? also no? Like, what are we talking about? The way he plays the game is exactly what you want. He's going to go out there and be a dirty fucking rat piece of shit, and he is going to get a rise out of the other teams. I hope Canada leaves him behind. That'd be great for Team USA.
Yeah, I mean, then you also look at like some of the videos that came out of him just like hanging out in the locker room. He's like happy to be there, and he's just like such a good locker room guy. He's like, yeah, if I'm in the fourth line, I don't care. Like whatever you want me to do. Only kill penalties, sure. I might be taking some though.
Nah, dude, Nova Scotia line.
Why not?
It's balance, baby. Why not? Mac and Celebrini, why not?
Yeah.
God damn it, Cole. I shouldn't display this, but you guys just convinced me the Americans need to bring Hartman. Oh, that feels gross. All right, moving on. But Celebrini, Bedard, or both?
I'd probably go. If it's not both, Celebrini, but I mean, they're going to be hard pressed not to bring both, I guess.
I feel like you bring both, but Bedard's probably an extra.
Right. Which is crazy. That team's going to be terrifying.
It's Canada, dude. It's Canada.
Yeah. I just like Celebrini.
Their
I think I said this.
Depth is fucking stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I think I said this several times at this point. Macklin Celebrini is quickly becoming a top 5 favorite player in the NHL for me. Like, I cannot.
I'm obsessed.
He literally, it's just, he can do everything at an elite level. He's fucking unbelievable. And it's like,
did you know that he regularly parties with Will Smith?
Wow. Breaking.
Not Jaden, Will.
Breaking news. But there's so few hockey players that you watch them play. You're like, oh, now I can. That's actually, people just say the words hockey IQ, and like, he is smart. Then you watch him like, oh, that's what that is. Like, he is unbelievable. God damn it. Yeah. God, that Shark team is going to be scary in a few years.
I'm still like, it's weird for me to say because they're a Western Conference team, but I'm still bothered that they fucked the Sharks out of Schaefer. I needed Schaefer and Celebrini to be on the same team. That would have been so goddamn fun. Can you imagine?
Schaefer with Sam Dickinson.
All right, we can move on. See, look at that. I told you I'd get 10 minutes of Olympic talk out of you. You bitch. Let's talk World Juniors. Do we want to start with Canada or US?
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay, we can wait.
God damn it. I can't even do that. Canada, I have it up. We'll start with Canada.
Canada, I can't read this shit. No, Canada, it's very funny seeing Gavin McKenna be interviewed and have like zero interest and be so stoic and like direct when they're like, so how do you feel about this team? He's like, we can win. I like this team. We're good.
All right, thanks, Gavin.
It's a sick fucking roster. I mean, no way around it. Just general thoughts. First, anyone that you're like mad was omitted.
I mean, like, I think one guy that I was somewhat surprised who was omitted was I can't remember if I had even talked about him on here or not. But well, I mean, I guess there's two big ones, like Justin Carbonneau, first of all. Obviously, he's scoring at like a goal per game pace right now in the queue. That being said, yeah, I mean, like, he's got ridiculous hands, ridiculous shot. He's super physical. But like, when you look at the roster that Canada's already bringing, they're not going to put him in your bottom six. Like,
right.
He doesn't have like the hockey sense of the habits. He's got like some bad decision making, and like sometimes he'll just go overboard with the physicality and we'll get thrown out of a game here or there. Like, he'll go Connolly mode. So I wasn't like overly surprised. It was obviously like a notable omission. The one guy I thought they probably would bring, and this would have been his last chance to make a World Junior, is
Marek Vanacker, Blackhawks pick a couple years ago. I think they put him in the first round. Been really fucking good in the O this year, and he plays this like speed power game that really would have, like, when you think about a Team Canada, the guys that they try to put when they try to build out like a NHL type roster for the World Juniors all the time, like Vanacker is like a premier bottom six option for them. And then again, he's been really good with Brantford this year. So I was surprised that he was omitted, especially given the fact that this was like the last year for him to play. So that sucks for him, but that was one of the bigger ones for me.
Fair. Anyone that made it that you're like, hell yeah, but didn't think would make it?
I don't know if I didn't think he would make it, but the one that I'm like, hell yeah about is Carson Garrels, 2026 draft eligible. I mean, when we talked about him a couple weeks ago about we did top 60 for the draft or whatever, his draft minus 1 year, like he's playing first pair for Prince George, going up against every other team's like top line, shutting them down most nights, showed flashes of offense and just was incredible. And this year he's been doing the same, but like even with an increased offensive role, he's just lighting it up. He is a stud. I was thrilled to see him on there. He might, like, when you just look at what he's going to bring, it's like more of a controlled game from your back end. He might even be someone that's going to get like more looks over someone like Keaton Verhoff. Like it's very, like, I think he could be their 4 or 5 guy. Keaton Verhoff just has like ridiculous upside, but it's just like a bit chaotic. So I'll be curious to see what they like give him for minutes. And then there was one, I mean, like the biggest surprise probably, but like more than warranted, was Ethan McKenzie, who has been twice passed over for the draft, but very well may be the best defenseman in the entire CHL right now. Plays, again, when you look at who Team Canada likes to bring to the World Juniors, he gives them a little bit of everything. He puts up legit offense. I think he's well over a point per game right now, but he is mean. He plays hard. He's fast. He can pretty much do a little bit of everything. I still can't believe he hasn't been drafted yet. But Ethan McKenzie was the one that stood out for everybody. Was the big surprise, but like well deserved, well warranted. So it was cool to see him get a look there. I think like not only is he just like going to make the roster, but I think he's also going to be a guy that plays legit minutes for them because he can do just about everything. And he can contribute all 3 zones. So it was cool to see him make it. And by the way, Jackson Smith, thrilled that he's there. I just fucking love watching Jackson Smith play hockey. Hopefully he makes that final cut.
You surprised that Michael Misa's there?
No, because I think just given the fact that he hasn't played a ton of minutes for San Jose, I think like it's just going to be good for him to go play. So I'm not surprised.
I'm thrilled that Harrison Brunicki's there because I can't tell you the last time that I had many exciting players to watch from Pittsburgh. So yeah, I didn't know if they were going to let him go.
Mm-hmm.
But he's very fun.
Yeah.
Who gets clipped? Like as you look over the roster now, because this is again the preliminary roster. You're going to have a couple of cuts at different positions. Who's out? Yeah,
I think the coach said today they want decisions from the NHL teams officially by December 20. I think they have to cut 1 forward, 1 defenseman probably, and then we'll see if it's like guys like Berkeley Catton or if Sam Dickinson are made available.
Sure.
Up front, I wonder about someone like Carter Bear. He had a really slow start to the year after coming back from that Achilles injury. He's picked it up of late and has been really good. Wonder about him. And then even though he's an
honorary Minnesotan. He's from West St. Paul.
Yeah.
Manitoba.
Yep, same thing.
I mean, anyone from Saskatchewan also honorary Minnesotan.
If any from the western part of Canada.
Oh, I'm from Saskatoon.
I love Minnesota.
Okay, thanks, Barry.
All right, man. But I wonder about him. I think just like Sam O'Reilly's profile, I know Team Canada loves him and he's playing really well for London again. I think he probably ends up making it. But like the 2 guys up front, I wonder about
bottom 6 profile, doesn't he?
Right, exactly. So I do wonder about Bear or Reshny.
maybe even Jake O'Brien, because if you're not playing Jake O'Brien, your top six, like, I mean, he's eviscerating the OHL as far as scoring goes. I think he's a backup top leading the O. But if he's in your bottom six, that could potentially, I would be surprised if he didn't make the team. I would be surprised if he get cut, but like.
What is Canada's top six in your mind?
Some combination of probably like McKenna.
Yeah, I don't need the exact lines. Give me the 6 names.
Yeah, McKenna, Misa, Martone, Hage.
It's a lot of college players.
Part of me wants to just say Iginla and Desnoyers. But then you've got Liam Greentree, who's got more than...
I feel like Desnoyers as a 3C makes a lot of sense, too.
Right. He's back and he's lighting up the queue again. Shocking. Tij has been really fucking good for Kelowna again.
He'll be hurt in a week.
Actually, I think it might be McKenna, Misa, Martone, Hage. I think they end up going Iginla and Desnoyers. If not Iginla, then maybe Greentree. And I think that lets them build out their like third and fourth line to the way that they want to play while still having some upside guys like Luchenko, like Beaudoin's. Like
you don't think Greentree is a better fit in the bottom 6?
Well, I think he can play that. That's what I mean. Like I want to say Iginla. That's why I said I threw Iginla in there first.
Sure.
And I said if not Iginla, maybe Greentree, because Greentree's got like, I mean, it's his offense, like, the skill, the shooting.
What a great place to be from for Tij Iginla. Lake Country, British Columbia.
That rules.
I'm from Edina. Who is going to be their starting goalie?
It's unfair that they have these 3 options.
Okay, I mean, coming from Team USA, who has had Trey Augustine the last couple of years.
Yeah, but we didn't have 3 of them.
You didn't need 3 of them. I'll take Trey Augustine over all 3 of them.
I would imagine probably Carter George probably starts.
Carter George gets the first crack at it, I think.
Yeah,
I'm just not convinced he holds on to it.
Yeah. I mean, Ivan Kovic. I mean, him in Michigan. Jesus Christ.
Dude, occasionally I get things right. I was right about him.
Mm-hmm. I think George gets the first crack, but doesn't. I mean, I also just like, I don't know how many shots they're even going to get every game. Like, they might get like 8 shots a game. Like, Canada's got the puck the entire time.
If you're a Canadian, are you excited or concerned about these 2 names? Kashan Aitchison, Jackson Smith.
No, I think Aitchison's firmly in there.
I didn't say he's not. I said, are you excited or more concerned? Because he's the kind of guy that we'll just say there's a proclivity to do something ill-advised.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. I don't think anyone's worried about it.
And Jackson Smith, he'll be everywhere, but you just never know if he'll be where you want him to be.
He's like, is he our center? Yeah, he's first line center, actually. He rules. But sorry, just pulling it up again. I'm just pulling up some of the other names. Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see on the back end. Probably one of these guys gets cut. I have a feeling it'll be Cameron Reed. I feel like he's just like the odd man out when you look at like their overall, like who they're bringing. If you're waiting on the decision from like Sam Dickinson, it just feels like Cameron Reed's the first name off. He's just kind of like, I love Cameron Reed.
Doesn't sound like it.
Firmly in my first round last year. Somehow he's one of the few names I predicted right.
All right, so who would you kick off if it was your decision? Who's out?
Well, I think Cameron Reed. Just like if Dickinson becomes available, I'd say yeah.
But someone's got to go regardless.
Yeah, Cameron Reed. I think, when you just look at
it doesn't sound like you love him that much.
Oh my god, it drives me nuts when you do this.
Yeah, because I do it so often.
That shit. Oh yeah,
it happens like once a month. All right, fair. Let's talk about the roster that everyone actually cares about. Team USA, and I feel like there's plenty to unpack here because there are a lot more question marks with this team than we've had in the past. Fair to say?
Oh, yeah.
Let's start with the easy piece. Has Teddy Stiga been bad enough to get him off the first line?
Probably not.
That was confusing. I definitely thought you were going the other way based on how you started that. Got it.
I mean, I could see them swapping him with like. I mean, I would love to see Riker Lee up there. That would be very fun. I mean, I have a feeling that, given the fact that like he and Hagen's play together at BC, I wouldn't be shocked if they just put them right back.
Hey. Why not go the other way? Why not have Hagens and the two Gophers?
That works for me as well.
That's too fun. Bob won't do it.
Yeah. Just trying to pull a.
But no, I mean, realistically, do you think that Stiga's on that line, or do you think they go another route?
I mean, I would imagine they start with Stiga there, like just given the fact that he and Higgins have played together so often.
And Zemer until they split for college, like that was a line for a long time. So,
right.
Yep, that's probably the way they start. So, where do you go from there? Like, what is your ideal second line based on the players that are invited to the preliminary roster that apparently is going to go up and have some fun in Duluth? I was not aware of that until recently.
Yeah. I'm actually getting a bad nosebleed now, so that's good timing. Oh my God, where the fuck? I literally had my list up and it just crashed.
I've got the list, but I don't know how I can help you with that.
No, I literally had like a. God damn it! It's gone. I deleted it. That sucks.
Do you want me to just read forward names?
Yeah.
All right, I'll start from the bottom and work my way up because this is alphabetical. So we've got Brody Zemer, already spoken for. Actually, I'll omit the first line. We've got Shane Van Saggy, AJ Spellacy.
Yeah.
Max Plant, who I feel like he is on that second line, correct?
Yeah. But
you don't even have to have a discussion about that.
Yep.
LJ Mooney, Brendan McMorrow, Cole McKinney, Riker Lee, who I feel like is lining up opposite of Max Plant. We got Jacob Kwasnicka, who's probably not making the roster, but really cool that he made the invite list. Will Horkoff and Cole Iserman, Trevor Conley, Camille Bednarik, Will Zellers.
Yeah.
Who is your second line out of that group? I feel like, am I right in saying that it's some combination of Lee, Plant, and someone? If not, correct me and tell me who.
Well, the question is going to be who's going to be playing center. I have a feeling they'll put Horkoff there, even though
he hasn't played center.
Maybe like a lot Horkoff Iserman.
Yeah, Iserman is the one that I'm very curious to see where they put him.
Right. I think you put him in your top six because that. Like,
okay, well, it sounds like he's on the second line then.
That's what I'm going. Yeah.
Okay. Can Lee or Plant play center? Should either of them play
center? I think they're going to put Horkoff at center just because he has a track record at center, even if he hasn't played a ton of center this year at Michigan. I think he's played enough, and I think he's played there historically, especially with USA.
I don't know. I think a third line that has the mega person of Mooney and Horkoff is where I'm going. But yes, you're probably right.
Yeah, no, I just look at the options that they have. I think that they're probably going to put Parkov there, and then Eiserman and Plot probably. Then you're probably working with like Riker Lee.
Fun.
Lee Connolly.
Give me the centers. Give me the centers. Who are the centers?
Well, that's what I'm like working through because I think
No.
they all play center. I have bleeding so bad, by the way. This is insane. Trying to pull up my. Why would anything work? That would be insane.
Yeah, there's no way your nose should work.
What? Yeah. There we go. God damn it.
So what's the final roster? 23?
Yeah.
So USA's got to cut 6 from this list.
Literally everything's frozen now. Nothing's working. Love this for me. This is great. Literally.
This is awesome podcasting.
This is the worst that's ever. I mean McKinney probably, I guess. So Lee, McKinney, and Connolly.
Wow.
You bring in Van Sag, you bring in Bednarik.
He's kicking LJ off the team. That's a kick in the nads.
What's funny is I think Mooney makes the team, and I think you'll see him used in a variety of spots, like not necessarily just like if he's in, he's on the fourth line. I wouldn't be shocked to see them throw him like around just because like I mean he make plays even though he's small. He is a fucking trick to play against. And just the definition of a fucking water bug out there. But
here's my take too, because like everyone obviously like I'm not pushing back on this. I get why people would say size. If he can fucking do it in college hockey, he sure as shit can do it in World Juniors.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be fun.
Like, yeah, the size is not a thing. Now, granted, if that's your deciding factor because you think someone else is like neck and neck with him for a spot, I understand. But to say like, oh, he's too small, like, no, he's playing against men in college. He's going up against all guys that are 19 and under. No, I'm not worried about his size at all. Come on.
Yeah. No, I'm not worried about the size whatsoever. I mean, again, I was like, part of me wants to say fourth line, do like a Spellacy, Vedsagi, and LJ Moody, which is absolute chaos. But like Bednarik's making this team, I would imagine.
He's almost like locked in as the 4C, isn't he?
Probably, yeah. It's like
Will Zellers has no place on this team. What a bum.
Brutal. That's rude. Glad to see that he got the invite though, at least. And I mean the fact that they
it's got nothing to do with who drafted him. It's where he got drafted from.
Fair. The USHL.
They knew where he was going.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting conundrum. Like I could see them having a variety of options. It's funny, like looking back at some of the teams, some of like the last World Juniors teams, like some of their best players that like also produced were like legit like role guys. Like in that bottom, like who was it last year that was just like the Red Wings prospect?
Plant?
Nope.
Then I have no idea. They don't draft Americans.
I love that literally none of my shit.
They only draft Europeans.
Correct. Yeah, totally. While I'm frozen,
No, you're not.
No, I know my computer is though. Like literally nothing.
Well, that's unfortunate. All right. Well, while you're looking for that, who the fuck's playing goalie?
Oh, sorry, another Red Wings prospect. Islanders. Like Danny Nelson was a beast for them last year.
Well, that's a very different thing to Detroit. If you said Islanders, I would have known exactly who you meant. He also wasn't
Nelson.
Wasn't he centering the Gopher duo for a lot of it? I thought it was him, Zemer, and Nelson for a lot of it. Or,
yeah,
sorry,
maybe.
him, Zemer, and Moore for a lot of it.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds right. And then like Svoboda, same thing. I think they both had like 6.7 games, something like that. So it'll be, I don't know. Like I could see a variety of combinations here. It's just such a different team. Holy shit. Including on the back end too.
I've never seen this before, but Brett Marshall reposted this stream.
Now look at that.
I feel like a ton of people reposted the stream, so it's very funny that his is the only one that pops up as a notification. Maybe he did it differently. Maybe it's like sharing like a video in bed. I don't know. Thank you, Brett Marshall. Hey, Brett Marshall, you should come in here and see the stupid things that this B_Marsh92 was saying.
Got his ass.
All right. But yeah, seriously, what are they doing that?
You know, I kind of wondered too. I feel like Bednarik might end up in that top 6 just playing with Yzerman.
Bednarik's going to play goalie?
Because Plant can obviously play center as well, so maybe a third line of like Lee, Plant, Horkov. That's kind of interesting to me. And then you've got like McKinney can kind of play.
You're putting Plant up. Wait.
Oh,
What did you just say?
I am
You just took
fucking
2 guys that were on your second line and said a third line of Lee, Plant, Horkov. After you explain that Plant can be a center, but you also want Horkov to be a center, is very confusing to me. So who's your second line if that's your third line?
Want? I am thinking out loud. I did not say want.
You did say Plant.
It's out there.
You did say Plant.
I didn't say want. W-A-N-T.
Oh.
I'm just thinking out loud. Because I think they have a variety of options, and I'm just thinking out loud. That is all. Because I think the first line staple, Stiga, Hagen, Zemer. Historically, they've liked playing with Yzerman and Connolly. I think maybe in the same line.
That is such a liability line.
And then you've got Bednarik that plays with Yzerman at BU. A third line of Lee.
For some of the deficiencies of the two.
And then Lee, Plant, Horkov is fascinating to me. And then a fourth line of Vance Haggy, McKinney, Spellacy.
Yeah, fuck.
LJ Muno flies in and out of there.
If LJ doesn't make the roster, I'm gonna be so sad.
I think he does make it.
He's literally been the Gophers' best player.
Yeah.
So back to my question that I asked and you ignored a couple times now. Who is their goalie? Because I feel like the answer from everyone is Kempf, and that scares the shit out of me.
I mean, I think that's who they're gonna end up going with.
That makes me so sad. Like I'll just be mean. Like he's not good. He's not. I have seen nothing from him in college hockey, in summer showcase, in previous international play. He has done nothing to show me that he can do it. So that's a bummer.
I think either way, we're just looking at a USA World Juniors team that for the first time we're like, oh God, what do we do in net? Like, I mean, I think it ends up being Kev. I know that like not exactly the best option, but
not fun. Is Spencer Knight still available? Is he eligible?
Can you go? I meant to mention that before. It's when I was
should
oh
he
yeah,
be
because
on the Olympic roster?
because like when we were talking about the Olympics, I was like, it's brutal that like you for this player specifically that USA is like just so deep with goaltenders for the Olympics. Like Spencer Knight, it would have been such a cool story if he ends up making the roster this year.
Why can't he make the roster?
Well, I just think that the guys are like I think they're gonna end up taking like what Ottinger, Swayman, and Hellebuck, unless Hellebuck's about to come.
I heard two names there that are debatable.
Ottinger and Swayman.
Very good deductive reasoning that it's not Hellebuck. No, I mean, the funny thing is I listened to the prospect show on The Athletic, and Wheeler is the one that said there was debate on who the third goalie should be between Spencer Knight and Jeremy Swayman.
Mm-hmm.
And Wheeler is the one that picked both of them and omitted Ottinger. And I actually kind of like it. If there's a goalie that confuses the hell out of me, it's him. Like, I can't decide if he's overrated or underrated at any given point in time. I don't know what he is. I would never trust him, but I would also never be upset with him being my goalie. Like, I cannot wrap my head around it. Swayman has been a dog so far this year. Same with Spencer Knight, and kind of going back to the conversation we had about Jesper Wallstedt. Do you not want to have some young blood in there?
I'm about it. I like where the head's at.
So yeah, Ottinger's out. And besides, you don't want a Minnesotan goalie on Team USA. Let's just be honest. What the fun fact for the Olympics too got brought up on the prospect show, and it got butchered, and I'm sure he got skewered by some Minnesota fans. He said, there has never been a gold medal won without a Roseau native, and then had to aggressively correct himself, a Warroad native on the team.
Oh my God.
Do we have to bring Brock Nelson for that reason?
Many are asking. We have to.
At least one is asking. But he didn't sign with the Wild, so Garen will not pick him. That would be awesome if he was that petty. I want that from the GM.
Mm-hmm.
Use that as recruiting. Like, sorry, Cole Caulfield, if you sign here, yes. Anything else for juniors? Like the blue line is the only thing that's left. Like, how do you generally feel about this group? Is it enough to kind of make up for the deficiency in goal?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, they've got another group of solid D-men, I think. Also, just thinking about, like, another version of Hudson Emery in my head's fun, but very different.
And you were higher than most on one Blake Fiddler.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play.
Like, you were so pissed that he made it to the second round.
It never should have happened, but you know what? That's okay. We're here now. That's all right. Trying to think too.
It is very confusing to me that Henry, no thank you, is American. It's a very, like, Eastern European name.
Yeah. I'm trying to think too. I like the fact that he made that to the roster as well. Well deserved. Curious to see what role they throw him in like who he ends up playing with. I couldn't even guess, to be honest with you, but another guy, just like a really well-rounded player. So be fun. I don't have any thoughts on like what the pair should or shouldn't be. Like, also Chase Reed, hell yeah.
Give me your top four. Give me your top four. You already named two, so give me the other two.
I would imagine they'd probably end up rolling out like Osborne and Hensler on that second pair.
How do we feel about Hensler? Because last year was tough.
Yeah, I think he's been really good this year, though. Just watching those games, I think he looks much.
So
more like
he got a very realistic looking AARP card fake.
Yeah, apparently a bunch of them did over there.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I would imagine it goes Osborne and Hensler. Yeah.
Works. So then that third pairing, it just by like process of elimination, I gotta imagine they're bringing Kleber back.
This is where it gets really difficult.
And who's the last guy? Or do you not think Kleber's coming?
I would admit, no, I don't. Couldn't even guess because I think you got Kleber that they.
Well, no, you could guess.
That's the shit I hate. God, it drives me insane. I mean, the fact they firmly invited Chase Wee, I don't think they're going to send him home. I can't imagine they send Blake Fiddler home. I can't, like, I don't know, it doesn't make it. Yeah.
It's the fifth.
I'm going to have to play the fifth. I couldn't even
I
guess.
didn't even pull up the USA roster. Oops.
Which is my worst nightmare. Yeah, I man. I'm not even gonna guess. I'm
All right,
pleading
fair.
the fifth.
Tell you
I can't
what,
sit here and stop it.
I'll let you plead the fifth. I need you to give me one answer then as we wrap the show. How high up the lineup is Adam Banach going to play?
Yeah, he's first line. Next question. That's going to be
how many points? You asked for the next question.
I think he ends up averaging 1.5 per game. Couldn't say a total of games they're going to play though. Because I mean, like, I think Czechia's been really fun, but I mean, Canada's ridiculous. Sweden's going to be fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but Canada can't beat Czechia if they play each other in the quarters.
That's true. It's not allowed. There's no precedent for it. I think he finishes averaging like 1.5 per game. And then also for Czechia, I'm going to be very excited to watch Ab Novotny. He's been unbelievable in the O. He's already projected to go like probably somewhere around 15. He could really elevate his draft stock even further with a big World Juniors performance. And there you go.
I like that. Anything else World Juniors that you care about discussing? And where is Novotny, I guess, in the tiers for this year's draft?
Yeah, he'll be in that top 15 discussion, I think, justifiably so.
So he'll be a first rounder.
Oh yeah, Adam Novotny. Oh yeah, that's not even debatable.
I'm just confirming he's not a guy you've really talked about so far because we made it 16 and then you've refused a couple weeks in a row to go any further than that. So
Correct.
All right. Sweet. If that's as far as you want to go with it, I think we have accomplished the task.
The only other comment is there is a chance Stenberg fully goes off and puts himself in the driver's seat. First overall, very possible.
Is that all in his control, or is Gavin McKenna like?
I think that I didn't expect this World Juniors tournament to be as important for Gavin McKenna as it is.
Oh, it's so important.
It is. Like, even if it's just like good.
I guess my question is, let's say they look on par with each other. What's that do?
I mean, I think it gives
Is
a
that
whole
better
lot
or
of
worse for McKenna?
Oh, it's worse. Like McKenna needs to absolutely show out and basically be the best player in this tournament.
It's tough if you got Martone there.
He's one of the.
I hate that he's going to Philly. That makes me so sad.
Yeah, it's brutal. I think the Brewers were praying that Philly didn't take. They really wanted fucking Martone, but then
stuck with that bum Haggins.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that he fell into their lap.
You could tell Adam Sandler was so fucking pissed.
Yeah, he was on the phone with Don. He's like, "You got to trade up."
That was very fun though. In the Freddy Gaudreau interview, anyone that missed it, you can either go to last week's episode of Fellowship of the Rink, or we have just the isolated interview as well on the YouTube channel. Freddy Gaudreau talks about the Seattle Kraken doing their like Adam Sandler party, where like everyone dresses a different character from an Adam Sandler movie for Halloween, and Adam Sandler showed up to the Seattle rink. Very funny. He and his wife were the two different caddies on Happy Gilmore.
I love that.
Bushy beard, and she was like the little like 12-year-old.
That's really funny.
Who ends up being fucking Zalatoris or whatever.
Incredible.
War too.
Oh.
Great storyline, great plot development. But yes, sorry that Adam Sandler sends the mind a ton of different directions. One of
actual. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, the most important for me is that I was raised in some denomination of Christianity. Doesn't matter because I'm not like a super Bible banger in any sense. And I will tell you that my favorite holiday song that I have to play every year, and people get mad at me and think it's weird, is Adam Sandler's Hanukkah song. I think it's such an electric song.
Gets the people going.
I have a shitty knockoff Christmas sweater that is Happy Hanukkah Gin and Tonica. I don't think I've ever had gin and tonic on Christmas, but maybe this year's the year I do it.
I mean, that rocks. I'm a big fan of that.
It's just such a good song. I'm sorry. Only half Jewish.
My last hockey note. I forgot that this player is technically eligible for the 2026 draft. He will be a first ballot all name team guy. He is on this Team Sweden roster. Jesper Justavara Karlsson. Juustovaara. Karlsson.
Is that his middle name or the start of his last name?
He's a three-namer. I don't know it. But it's Jesper Justavara Karlsson.
Casper with a C or a K?
Let's see.
CJC or CJK?
CJK.
I'm on the CJK train. Where is he falling in the draft? Roughly.
Late.
Like 6, 7 or?
Yes. If he gets drafted. Oh.
He's eligible. That just like happened because I said 6, 7.
He's only eligible for this year's draft by 10 days. He's October 27th, 2007. But he's
what?
He's old for this draft. He's one of the oldest players in this draft. For draft eligibles, first year eligibles.
October 27th, and he's 10 days off?
October 25th, 2007.
But what's the cutoff?
15th.
Why did I think it was somewhere in September?
No, you're right. It is September 15th.
Okay. Wow. You had me so fucking confused there. I'm like, oh my God, I have had this wrong the whole time.
No, I blame my nosebleed.
Okay. Yeah, it's your nosebleed. That's fair. That's a very good reason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You just put my brain in a pretzel for no reason.
End up. My bad.
You said October 25th, and I'm like, wait.
Yeah, no, it's September.
Okay. All right, we're good. We're back on the same page. LJ Mooney for Team USA. September 15th cutoff. We're good.
Yeah, no, he's I mean, he's one of the older players in the class. He's also 5'9", 165. So I mean, if last year's any gives us any clues to how teams
Go
are
in the
going to
fourth
draft,
round.
so we'll get drafted in 3 years.
Fair.
He's very fun though. He plays SHL, so all right.
Hot.
That's all I got.
That's all you got. So we're ending it.
Cut it.
You got to have some kind of quote for me, then, Don. I always have to come up with a quote.
What's his name? Fucking Trek?